Today I'll be showing you how to build this no Technic Lego sniper. So let's waste no time and get straight into it. Here are all the parts you'll need. So feel free to gather up your parts or come back to this part whenever you're confused on what part to use. Now, let's start building. Okay, so this is going to be the first thing you're going to build. And I'll show you a teardown on screen right now so you can sort of get an idea of how it's built. But essentially, this is a 4 by, I think, 12. And right here, we have a 2 by 2, which are hooked on by a 1 by 6. The 1 by 6 here, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 1 by 8. And then there's a 2 by 6, a 2 by 6 snot thing. And then over here, we can see there is a really long, I guess that's a 1 by 10, a 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 2, down here 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, and then there's a 4 by 8, there's two 1 by 8s, although you can also use a 2 by 8, and then there's this snot, 2 by 2 snot, Lego dot, a 2 by 4 tile, a 1 by 4 plate, a what looks to be, let me take this off, a L shape, a one of those, a Lego stud with a hole in it, and then a sort of gun piece. And then there's this downwards snot, and that is that. We're going to build the handle, and this is just a 2 by 4, a 1 by 6, one of these weird wedge plates, a 2 by 6, a 2 by 6 in a minifigure stand, and a 1 by 6, I don't know if I already mentioned that. And essentially this thing is just going to go right there like that. And now you're going to make this. Now this is a pretty massive chunk. It's only 2 parts. Just ignore that little thing. I don't know why that's there. But it's a 6 by, I think, a 6 by 16, I think. And then this giant wedge plate. And this is to create your stock. So that just hooks on like that, I think. Yes, that is correct. Just like that. And now we're essentially going to build that in reverse. So of course I'll show you the teardown again on screen, but you can see, I'll show you how to make it. So it is a 2 by, I think that's a 2 by 10 with one of those snots. And I'm sorry if the lighting's a little bad. 2 by 3, 2 by 4, 2 by 8, a 1 by 6. You can see there's all these 2 by 3s, a 2 by 2, a 2 by 6 snot, and you can see 2 by 8 there, I think I already mentioned that, a 2 by 8, 2 by 6, 2 by 4, then here, let me show you, there's a 1 by 8, a 1 by 8 tile, really hard to see, but 1 by 2, 1 by 6, 1 by 8, 1 by 10, I think, yes, and a 1 by 2 there, 1 by 4 there, or 2 by 4, I think I already mentioned that, my goodness, I'm like repeating things. And then there's this, hold up, let me see. That is a 1 by 4, I mean, sorry. And then right here, there is this 4 by 10, I think. 2 by 8, this big snot right here. And then a 2 by 4, a 2 by 2, and under that is this little piece with a Lego stud with a hole in it, and then one of these clips. Now you could also use the gun piece I used on the other side, or you could use this on both sides. It doesn't matter. So whichever one you have, it don't matter. But now we're going to make this. So this is simply a 2 by 6, one of these wedge plates, 2 by 6 minifig plate, and this is just going to go right down here. And then this is just another one of those giant 6 by 16s with 2 brick head snot just placed on like that. It doesn't really matter like where you place them, so don't worry about exactly where they're placed. And then one of these giant things, and then a one of these 1 by 2, one of these slopes, and a one of these slopes. And that is simply going to hook right there. So now we're going to make this, once again, sorry about if the lighting is bad, but it's a 1 by 6 plate, a 1 by 2 brick, and a 1 by 3 slope. And then we have these sort of brick head snots with like side brick studs, side studs. I don't know how to, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but there we go. You hook that right there. And now this right here is these small brick head snots, a Lego stud, a slope, and a double-sided 1x1 snot. And this right here, one sec, I'm looking at my little diagram of how to build it, because I'm, you know, while I do this tutorial, I don't know how to build it. I'm not following instructions, but it goes right there. It should like line up with that, I think. And now we're going to build this. So how do I show you? Okay, so it's a 1x6 tile, one double-sided snot, and this could be double-sided. I don't know why it's not. It's just probably because I couldn't find one. But then a 1x3 plate, a Lego stud, a 1x4 thingamajig, a 1x4 plate. And you can see that there's this white official Lego rubber band right there. And now, okay, this part is going to be kind of hard to show, especially since this lighting is really bad. But it's the slope, see, and then a double-sided snot, a hinge, 2 Lego studs, another hinge, a hinge right there, and then there's, okay, I just dropped that. There's a one of these downwards bracket snots, a 1x1 brick. Just ignore how it's Technic. It doesn't mean to be. I couldn't find one of those. But then there's a, wow, this lighting is so bad. Okay, then there's a 1x1 stud, a upwards bracket, another 1x1, a 1x1 stud, and an upwards bracket. And you can see that the rubber band hooks there. And then there's this 1x6 tile that goes across all of that to hold it sturdily together. Okay, so now let me see if I can figure out how to align this, because keep in mind I'm trying to like basically follow like pictures that I took of me tearing it apart to try and get this correct. Okay, so I think it goes right there so that hits that, and then this should go right there. I think so. I hope so. And then this, you gotta be kind of careful hooking this in, should go right there. So now you're going to take this other side that you built earlier, and let me like try and get this done right. So you're just going to place it on, line it up with the other, and just essentially hook it to all of these snot, and try and like push up that rubber band so you don't squeeze it in between the plates. And then back here, this snot should connect. Okay, there we go. And you can pull the trigger to test if it works. Okay, so now we gotta make the firing pin. So it's essentially a 1x10 plate with a 1x4, a 1x1 stud. That's really hard to see because it's, I guess that's a 1x12 or something, black plate there. I hope y'all can see that easily. But then there's a 1x6 tile, a 1x8 tile, a 1x4 plate, a Lego stud, another one of those is that a 1x12? I don't know. Listen, okay, it looks to be a 1x12. Yeah, that's a 1x12 in red. And then a 1x6, and I'm sorry if I'm like being confusing, because I'm confused too. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually hook on this little 1x8 tile. Man, the lighting is so bad. I hope y'all can see that. I think it goes right there though. Okay, and you're just going to drop this in upside down like this, just like that, and then it should like fall into that hole. And I think let me try and, yeah, you probably want to see this little like gap there. You want to like sort of drop that into the little trigger, I guess. I don't know. Don't ask me. Okay, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna build this. Let me see if I can show you. So it's a 1x3, 1x1, and then there's this big slope that goes over it, and then a hinge, a 1x3, and then some slopes. And you're just going, so what you're gonna do is you're going to slip it into here, and you are going to hook it onto those 4 studs there. So it's gonna be kind of difficult, but and you'll probably break a little bit of stuff, but there we go. I think it's in there properly. So just secure it, make sure it's good, and I think we're good. So now you're gonna make this. It's a, okay, hold up, get in focus. It's a 1x8 plate with a 1x12 plate. And then there's a let me zoom in. Okay, so there's a little slope, 1x1, a 1x1 tile, and then I just ignore the sticker on this. I don't know why there's a sticker on it, but it's a 1x8 tile and a 1x8 tile again. And then let me see if I can show you this easily. Okay, so there's a 2x3 plate right there. I'll sort of take it apart to show you good. And there's a 1x2 plate right there, and then a Lego stud. This has another 1x2 plate, and then there's a hinge, another hinge, and then there's this giant slope that goes right over there, and then there is a hinge, 1x2 plate, 1x3 plate, hinge, another, that's a 1x4 plate, and then a 1x3 plate, and then let me take apart this. I just broke it. Hold up. Okay, so you're gonna take this little dome piece, 2 Lego studs, and then it's gonna go right there onto that. And then what you're going to do, is you're going to take a 2x2 cylinder, and you're going to take another one of these domes, and let me zoom in. And you're going to take this little weird piece here. It's kind of new, so you might not have one, unfortunately, but you can use a Technic axle, but I tried to use no Technic, and I keep dropping this. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to hook it right into there, and now you are going to essentially set that on top, like that. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, and now we're gonna build this, and once again, I'll do like sort of a tear down photo on screen right now. And essentially, it's built in layers. So it's a minifigure stand, 2x3, minifigure stand, 2x3, minifigure stand, minifigure stand, minifigure stand, minifigure stand. And then there's a little 1x3 tile, these little cheese slopes, 2x3, a 1x6, a cheese slope, and then I believe that's a 1x6 that goes through. And you'll be able to see like what the white layer is in the little cross section, but the black layer, you can see it's a 1x6, a dot, a 1x6, 1x6, a snot, 1x6, 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 1x2, 1x2. You can also just use a 2x2, a 1x8, 1x6, 1x10, I think, 1x4, 1x2, a snot, 1x1, and a 1x4. And then right here, let me sort of take this apart to show you. So there's a 2 by a 1x4, and then there's this downwards thing. I don't know what you call it. It's a slope, I guess. You'll be able to see what the white part is in the teardown, so hopefully you can get that right. I did that in my shotgun tutorial, and everyone seemed to build it all right, so I hope there will be no issues. But essentially, you're just going to drop this on top, and essentially the back will line up. Let me see if I can actually, yeah, just like that. And then, but the front will overhang. So don't be alarmed if the front overhangs. That's part of the design, although honestly that's kind of just me being lazy. But now you're going to take, a L piece, or actually probably a 2x2 would just work, and you're gonna hook it right there. And then you're going to take a this tile, or any other piece would work really, and you're just gonna put it there so that that holds down the top. And then right here, that is positioned incorrectly. Let me fix that. That's no big deal. It's meant to line up with that one. And then you take this 2x3 and you'll hook that on, and that essentially holds those two sides together. I'll quickly show you how to build the scope. So the scope is just these plates, big plate, some plates in a circle, and it's just a big 2x4 transparent piece, snot, transparent piece, and you know, it goes together something like this. And there is that little 1x3 on the bottom. I don't know if I mentioned that. I feel like I forgot to mention that. And this can just go on top wherever you like it. I don't know, I just put it right there. So now what you're going to do is you're going to grab 2 rubber bands, and you're going to put your rubber band around there into right there. Take your second one, put it around there into there. And so now what you can do is you can load in your darts there or there. Let me go ahead and shoot it. There we go. So essentially to shoot it, you just, that can be pushed down. I just broke off the scope. Okay, who cares? And you pull that up, pull that back. I think it's in position now, and you can push that forward, push it down, and then shoot.